ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Monday. Anya McPhail and Joshua Murray got an early break and never looked back. They rode the waves to victory on Saturday, winning the first open water swim meet of the year. The event was a Carifta qualifier, which saw both McPhail and Murray being named to Team Bahamas. McPhail will lead the 15-17 girls and Murray the 15-17 boys. Now the team includes Deidre Higgs, Celine Gibson, Mia Sastre, Kalia Albury, Gigi Enos, Tay Fountain, Sean Longley, Ocean Smith, Ricardo Jolly, and Mark Anthony Thompson.
Time, obviously not my best time, but from this course it's pretty good. And I'm looking forward to swimming open water in Barbados this year, just because it's a nice course there.
Oh, the course was really good. I can only complain about the second leg, about the whole triangle, but other than that, it was okay.
We'll be doing a lot of like distance sets and yardage, leading up to Grifter, and then taper off from there.
The Long Island Captain Switch-Up Regatta was a smashing success. The annual event was held on the weekend at Montague and is one of the major fundraisers for the hosting of the Long Island Regatta that takes place in Long Island every year. The sailing event is put on by the Long Islanders Association.
Well, what you see right now is just about 2 weeks planning, non-stop, and everybody, most of the Long Island guys who live in Nassau, we come together, we put in our funds to make this happen, and all the ladies and everybody, they come together and make this happen.
Eugene Stewart recorded a total of 16 kills and 4 blocks in 2 matches on the weekend. The Bahamian middle player, who was honored during the University of Charleston, South Carolina senior night, put down 8 spikes and 2 blocks in the 3-set loss. 20-25, 18-25, and 21-25 to New Jersey Institute of Technology on Friday night. Stewart's 8 kills and 2 blocks didn't help the team to get over the hump on Saturday. They lost that one to a tune of 20-25, 24-26, and 21-25. The Bahamas men's national soccer team will head on to their match against Dominica on a high note, riding the 6-1 win over the Turks and Caicos Islands on Saturday night. The friendly was played right here at home, with Terry Delancey Jr. netting a hat-trick. Veteran player Neslie Jean, who will now head the team from the coach's chair, believes that the camp the squad participated in paid off and looks forward to the CONCACAF Nations League matchup on Saturday.
Videos and games out there that they have played in the past, and I'm sure they have been looking at the videos that we have in the past. But again, this is completely a different type of football. We want to play in a different team, so at the end of the day, we will go and give 100% for the country.
High school ballers getting ready to head to the second city to play in the National High School Basketball Championships. Doris Johnson, the Hugh Campbell champions, tops the list for senior boys, along with Anatole Rogers, Cece Sweeting, C.I. Gibson, Government High, and Queens College, just to name a few. In your senior girls, you'll see C.I. Gibson, St. John's, C.V. Bethel, St. Augustine's College, Anatole Rogers, and Jordan Prince William, along with the teams from Freeport. The wildcard choices include San Salvador teams, South Andros teams, Long Island teams, and Eleuthera teams. Buddy Hield is coming into his own. The young shooting guard who plays with the Sacramento Kings netted 16 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals in the 129-102 win over the Chicago Bulls. The playoffs is up for the Kings, who continues to dwell in. They are 7 games behind the 8th-spot team with little to over 10 games to go.
To be back home and see the fans and get this win. Yeah, it's a fun group. You know, we can keep going and keep learning each and every day. You know, it's tough to lose close losses, but it's part of basketball. Everything's not going to be perfect, but this is starting to get in the right direction where we want to go. Just figuring out how to close games and play together and, you know, figuring a way to close games and make shots at the end. Try to finish over 500. I think that's a good, reasonable goal for us, to finish over 500.
Joining me live tonight is First Vice President in the Bahamas Basketball Federation, Mario Bolag. Welcome to the Bahamas tonight.
Thanks for having me.
There's a lot of basketball going on. We have our professional players in the NBA, European players. There's also Waltier, our high school basketball players. They're getting ready for the national high school. I mean, how do you put everything together?
Well, you know, basketball is on the move as it relates to where we want to go in the country. You know, we still got a lot of work to do with our development, but we want to make sure all the other disciplines in the country know that we want to make sure that they're all knowing that basketball is going to be the #1 sport in the country, and that is the reason why we have so many competitions for the greater development of the sport.
Speaking about development, I noticed in the Bahamas Scholastic Association, they have a mini league. We're going to see that being implemented on the federation's level as well.
For sure. I mean, we've realized over the years that we've declined in women's development, and also we need to bring back the super mini and junior, because once we're able to bring those younger kids back to play and make sure that they get the proper development, we then be able to put a better product that will represent this country locally, nationally, and internationally.
Now, the women's championship, that's all done within the New Province Women's Basketball Association, with the Bees Destroyers winning that one. However, on the national level, we don't have as many teams participating in the nationals that is hosted every year. What can the federation do to make sure that we include females?
Again, it goes back to the development from the junior and high school levels, and to make the night league more attractive for the young girls to want to come and play in that league. Once they're able to play in that league, then we need to move to the Family Islands, ensure that those associations in the Family Islands having women play. Once they are having women play, then we can now have a higher level of national competition at the national level, when you're talking about the night league and club level.
We've already moved on to the next corridor on the men's side, nationally, internationally as well. Can we see the likes of Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, those joining that list? I noticed that we had Tum Tum in the first space.
Well, the hope is to get them guys all together on the floor inside July when we play in the Pan American Games, which will be played in the last week of July, first week of August. I've already spoke to those guys, and Aiden and Buddy said once they are free, they will be available, and hopefully the country will be able to see the best team that we can put together on the floor in a long time, or if not ever, since the 70s.
What about the development on the Family Islands? We have teams coming in from San Salvador, Long Island, and Luther to play in this high school national basketball tournament. However, these teams aren't invited to the Hugh Campbell, so they don't have as many games and as many competition or competitors to play against. So what does the federation plan to do in order to develop Family Islands?
Well, it's not the fact that they're not invited to the Hugh Campbell. You know, the Long Island tournament goes on, which the majority of them try to go to the tournament that players at their level. But you know, what needs to happen is what we try to encourage more of the Nassau and Freeport team is to go to these island tournaments and try and to play more in those tournaments and give them that competition that they need, you know, because playing amongst themselves is at a certain level, but in order to get better, you always have to go play those teams that are much better than you are.
And we lost John Quell, basically, so we only have Waltier now playing on the professional rank. What do we have to do to elevate female basketball on the international level to make sure that we do have another player playing in the women's WNBA?
Again, I said it goes back to development, but when you look at Leasia Grant, who's up and coming in her senior year, who was win Player of the Year, I mean, we have some players that are coming, and she is also interested in playing professional basketball. I spoke to her father today, who's speaking to a few agents. So we have some players that are coming up, but the fact is that the coaches have to ensure that they put in the fundamentals, the correct fundamentals in these young female players so that they will be able to get to the next level. And so the federation job is to ensure that we develop coaches who will be able to develop the players correctly.
Can we see Yolette return to head coach status?
Yolette is the head coach of the women's national team.
I know we had enough because she was busy with Ole Miss, though.
Yeah, and so Wade Watson was the intern, but Yolette will be back as the head coach.
Okay, anything else you'd like to add? And a little birdie told me that you're being honored on Saturday. How do you feel about the honoree?
Well, it's good when persons can recognize all the dedication and hard work that you put in over the years. I've done that over the years. I've been 25 years of coaching high school basketball, molding the characters of young men and ladies. So when persons can recognize your work, do it at your own will without pay, and you know, for the passion and love for the game, you know, you feel appreciated. So you can feel that appreciation while you're living.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on your honors.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.